Well, it's that time again. It's time for KawaiiTime101. It's Monday, and something's unusual because you don't see me, you see my desktop. And of course, it's Moxie Girls, because I'm a Moxie Girl fan and I like doing these doll movies. And so, why are we here? Well, because we're going to make our first LPS movie, Littlest Pet Shop movie. We're going to animate everything, and we're going to be doing it in GIMP. So the first thing we have to do is we have to learn how to make an animation. And if you don't know how to make an animation in GIF or in GIMP or in Photoshop, there are a lot of tutorials on YouTube. And all you do is search for animation. I did search for animation in GIMP. This is the phrase I put in, animation in GIMP. It gave you a whole bunch of results. If you were using Photoshop, you would do the same thing. Instead of putting it in GIMP, you'd put it in Photoshop. And I did. When I went up and down here, I looked at a couple of these different examples, and I chose 3. This one is the simplest. It shows you making numbers. This one gives you a little more complex thing. It shows you how to morph this picture with this picture here. And then I chose a more complex one. I'm getting into more complicated animation. And this one, it says here, to do this animation here, took this guy 2 hours. So we can expect that animation will take a fair bit of time, and that we're not going to be able to rush into anything in order to get our movie done. And what I'm going to be doing is, because animation is a bizarre type of thing where you're working with 2 dimensions, you can work with pictures. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing something along the lines of morphing, where I'm working with pictures rather than working with drawings. And I was able to capture the pictures using a program called VLC. Other programs on Windows may have the same thing and on Mac. This allows me to take pictures of whatever's on the screen here, and then I took the screen captures of whatever I had, and I put them into a program. This one is called GwenView on Linux. And the whole purpose here, this is why I have them as large as they are. I want to see all the pictures together because I want to choose the pictures I need for the animation. Now, because the body is not going to really be moving around too much, right now we're just going to animate the head. And this is how you do animation. You do it bit by bit. You don't do it all at once. So I chose number 3 here. I chose number 3 because you got a good clear view of the body. I've chosen number 3 for the body. Now for the head, because we want to animate the head, we want to get a variety of different angles for the head. So I chose 1, 4, because that gives you this is face on. 4 gives you a side view to the right. We can choose 5. That gives you another view there. 6 gives you a view to the left. And I also chose 7 as another option as well. What else did I choose? 8. 9, because this gives you another side view here. And finally I chose, see, most of these are obstructed. And I think I might choose number 11 because it's looking up. See, the more head views that we can get, the better. And so that we also chose 17. But 17 may end up being dropped because of the thumb here. If it looks too bad and I can't get it done right, then we can drop 17 and just use the ones we've already got. So then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking this, and I'm going to be getting the body image. So we're going to be working on number 3. We're going to bring it into GIMP. I'm going to open the picture and make sure we're Here we go. We're in LPS movies, and we're a character. And I said we wanted number 3 for the body. So open that. Number 3 for the body. And there it is there. Now, what we're going to do is, because we want to get the body, and we really don't want the head, what we're going to do is we're going to take a freehand select tool. This is called a freehand. Over here, there's a freehand select tool. And we're going to start marking off where we want to be with our selection. So I'm going to take this point here, and I'm going to start marking it off, just like this. And that's all you do, is you just click along, like this. So we keep clicking. We have a good selection. We want to trace the, basically we're tracing the outline. Over LPS. Now, it's a little difficult here because the LPS is the same color at this section here as the background, so you really do have to use a fine eye for this. And this is where it starts to disappear. You don't see it on the blue background, but it is here. And go down. There. And now we're going to go across. But right here, as we get to here, we have to go back up. Like this. As if we're seeing the full collar. Or the dress, that's actually the dress. And now what we're going to do is we're going to decapitate it. We're going to cut off the head. So we're going to do a straight line all the way across like that. And see how that's selected there? Now we're going to go cut. And then we're going to do paste as, and we're going to say new image. And so there's our dog right there. That's the LPS. That's the body of the LPS. It's been cut out, and we're gonna save this now as KawaiiTime LPS character 1. And we're going to do body. And we want to save it as a JPEG file. And there we go. Actually, we're not going to save it as a JPG. You guys see the warning here? So we're going to save it as something else because we're going to be working in a GIMP itself. What we're going to do is we're going to save it as a GIMP image. There we go, a GIMP image right there. We're saving it specifically as a GIMP image. We're going to say save. And now we've got our first image saved. And so now what's going to happen is that we're going to have to come in and do this to all the images that we're working with. Now, so now for the rest of these images here, for the exact same, for the rest of these images, you can see if you go back, there's the one we just created there. That's the one we just created. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go in, but we're not going to show this because it's a fairly enormous process. And we're going to do the same thing for the heads. And then once I've finished editing all of these to get the head out, then we're going to go back into we're going to create a new file in GIMP, and we're going to begin animating our LPS.